Let's catch up with Susie O'Brien and Stephen Senatiempo. Great to catch up with you guys again. Pauline Hanson, pick your controversy at the moment all over the place. Stephen, this movie, the new full-length cartoon feature based on those Please Explain cartoons, it was going to be shown, a bit of a trailer and a taste of it at Parliament House pretty much now as we speak, but they were banned from Parliament House. They're going to a cinema somewhere near where you are. Hopefully you can get there straight after the show.
Yeah, look, I just think this is absolute madness. I think these Please Explain videos have been an absolute revelation in Australian politics and probably are a big part of why One Nation are polling as well as they are. But, I mean, the nanny state attitude of whoever made the decision here not to allow them to show the trailer in Parliament House because somebody might be offended, it's an invite-only event. I mean, I imagine if you thought you were going to be offended by it, you probably weren't going to turn up to this thing and pay the money that they were charging to go along to it. I mean, you know, this is just... Look, I understand now why Pauline pulls the stunts that she does. While I don't agree with them and I think that she's missing the mark with them, I get the frustration that she has, particularly when, you know, various debates that she wants to have on the floor of Parliament are blocked by both sides of politics, not just the Labor Party, but also the coalition. And then this kind of thing happens. All it does is drives the, I guess, the attitude that maybe Pauline Hanson is another option because the major parties have lost the plot.
Yeah, it's a bit like the Trump factor. She has the establishment working against her, and that is wind beneath her wings.
Yeah.
Here's what she said today after being banned from the Senate for a week because of the burqa stunt.
I'm censured. Does it really worry me? No, it doesn't. For 7 days? Not at all. I stand my ground on what I believe in. I will continue to do so. And, you know, it will be the people that will judge me.
Yeah, fascinating. 7 days she can't turn up in the Senate chamber, Susie. Does that hurt her or help her? Have her colleagues overreacted?
Well, look, I mean, I'm sure it plays right into the hands of her voters. They will love this. They will love her making a stand, and anything that sets her apart from everyone else is exactly what she's trying to achieve here. Does it serve those who voted for her, who now won't get representation for a week? Is she going to give that money back because she's deliberately provoked this reaction? She must have known this is exactly what was going to happen. As far as I'm concerned, it's a cheap and nasty political stunt at the expense of Muslim women. And, you know, it's all very well have the debate about face coverings on the floor of Parliament or whatever, you know, move the bill, but to parody and to ridicule women like that is an absolute disgrace.
Well, it's a stunt. And she took it after they rejected her attempt to debate it seriously. But how can this be a slight against Muslim women when what she's trying to do is stand up for the rights of Muslim women? Don't tell me that anybody chooses to wear a burqa, and don't tell me that anybody who wears a burqa has any option but to say they choose to wear a burqa.
Look, I think you can have that debate, but you don't need to do that, you know, dressed as a Muslim woman, you know, with the face covered in the floor of Parliament. I mean, it's kind of like blackface. I think if you want to speak for Muslim women, let them do the talking, include them in the debate. You know, I'm pretty sure most Muslim women just felt like parodied and ridiculed rather than included in a sensible debate about their human rights.
I understand the point, but I'm also mindful of the fact that no woman in a burqa can speak up on this. How does a woman in a burqa speak up on this? So while I agree with it, it's a stunt, but there are issues here to talk about. Let me lighten it up a bit and remind everybody of what Pauline Hanson told us about last week when she told us how she was going to woo Barnaby Joyce. Have a look.
I'm going to cook him a good steak. He likes a good steak. I might get the real big one, the tomahawk, and make sure I do it well for him. I'm going to make him a pasta salad, a mulberry pie, and I'm going to have my creamed potatoes, garlic creamed potatoes.
You're making me hungry. You're making me hungry. Now
I'm wooing him.
She's wooing him all right, Stephen, and it sounded very tempting. But when we saw it in action, it wasn't at home. She slapped a steak straight onto a sandwich toaster in her office. What did you think?
Well, that was where it lost me, because I did speak to Pauline about this last week, and she said, look, I'm a very good cook. And I said, I know, I've tried your homemade date loaf that you bring to Parliament with you from time to time. But, yeah, when I saw it was being cooked on a sandwich toaster in the office, I wasn't... I don't know that Barnaby, somebody from the New England, would have been overly impressed with that.
Barnaby probably thought the steak was mistreated. Here's what Pauline had to say.
I think he enjoyed dinner. I made him a damn good dinner. But anyway, well, I told you I was going to wine and dine him, and hopefully we'll see what happens. It's still a final decision, has to be up to Barnaby.
Susie, I'm going to go home and throw the barbecue out on hard rubbish day and just cook my steaks on the sandwich toaster now.
I mean, that's the kind of thing my kids who are like 19 and 21, that's kind of how they cook. I mean, it's hilarious. I mean, they're lucky that the fire alarms didn't go off, let's face it. But I think if you look at the photos, it shows just a normal kind of little piece of steak. So there was no way they were going to get the lid down on the sandwich press if there was a tomahawk.
Just very quickly, if Pauline needs any entertaining tips, we've got just the person for her.
What I like to do when I have guests over for the holidays, especially when you have a lot of people and everyone has a different preference for breakfast, you just create stations and they can help themselves. If you don't want to make pancakes, don't make pancakes. You just get the ones in the freezer section.
That's our next aim. We want to have a dinner where the hostesses are Pauline Hanson and Meghan Markle. We'll see how we go. We're right out of time, Susie and Stephen. Thanks so much for joining us.